today. From FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They're led by their 6-year quarterback out of North Dakota State, a former Pro Bowler, Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Wentz going to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. To throw is Wentz. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now Wentz. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. They'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. To throw, it's Wentz. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for a Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Deron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Another try after the first down sack. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Deron Payne in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. But someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Throwing is Hurts. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not
that
mistaken.
Does.
Correct.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help. And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Gibson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. on the draw, it's Gibson. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. From midfield, here's Wentz. Rolling to his... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And you can see by the X next to their name, they have clinched the NFC East already. For the moment, though, they would host a wild card game in round 1.
And for me, it brings back memories about how tough it is to win this division. Not just in recent years, but think about the decades that have stacked up where we've said the NFC East, always one of the toughest divisions in the NFL.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Hurts to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Hurts. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment Getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. To throw again on second down. Wentz. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession.
Now a play fake. Wentz. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
And there's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. Finding room to the 20. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. 1st and 10. It's Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it. Taken in by Pascal out left. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
But 1st down, Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Hurts. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Fight it now. Loose football. The ball comes out and is picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Pascal, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott.
this is up and good to make it 7-3. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete there to Beckham.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, Wentz. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. After the sack on first down, Wentz.
He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Throwing is Wentz. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop him with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. The Sanders on first down with a little bit of space as he works his way forward, a gain of 4.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at MetLife Stadium. Tampa Bay making the trip northward to take on New York. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, let's hop over to New England. Check out the Patriots at home in Foxborough. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Trevor Lawrence with a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes, 4 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Sanders toss left side, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That really sets him back, a loss of 6.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw.
That swung out wide to Sanders.
Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting.
Hurts fumbles it. And it's Washington that scoops it out.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And they've got to be thrilled with the situation they've inherited here. Thank you, defense.
Thank you, indeed. They set them up with a short field ahead of them. And now they've got a good chance to strike quickly and take the lead.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. And for the defense, their 3rd sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz.
This one left side caught by Gibson.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On second down and 4. Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Philly. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Touchdown! Devontae Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. And that's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. That time a 6-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 76 yards. And Washington has once again taken the lead. Wentz going to look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Daron Payne, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Left side here to Sanders. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that, because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
throwing on first is Wentz. It's caught by OBJ. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On second down, it's Gibson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Washington on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
2nd and 11 now.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now hang tight here. Following the play, still down on the ground, is A.J. Brown. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6.
Back to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts dancing to his left. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll set up a throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Throwing is Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Step, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Washington ready to try again on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Here's Gibson to start the drive.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Steps away. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Deron Payne make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
The kick by Elliott is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more.
And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move.
Gets this to Gibson.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. Oh, he gets loose right side.
And he'll be out of bounds.
88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
They'll try to run with Gibson.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish him off.
The score that puts him in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Slide for the PAT.
And the lead is up to 5. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles now down by 5, 50 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw. Into the hands of Sanders. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. He's back to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. Oh, and what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game.
So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their